morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome, everybody, to the Crypto Edge podcast, where we give you the edge in crypto and keep you up to date on the latest news. And we have great guests on here to talk with. Like today, we've got Mr. Jason Lancaster here with us, absolute all-star, rock star trader in the crypto markets. So we're going to be talking with you later. We got I got a bunch of questions here for you, Jason, that I know everybody's going to want to know the answers to. And we also want to open this up. So, as we're going through here, listen, guys, we're an open book here at the Crypto Edge. So if you do have any questions, you got any questions for Jason, you got any questions for Paul, if you have any questions for myself, please feel free to ask them, drop them in the comments. We'll highlight them and do our best to give you our best answer. So we got a couple of exciting segments we're going to be covering here today on the podcast. And of course, this is our inaugural podcast. So I'm pretty excited about this. Paul and I have been working to put this together for everybody. And I think the value that we're going to bring through this podcast is going to be tremendous for people. We're going to be covering important news going on in the crypto world. And in the different crypto sectors that are happening, stuff you need to know. We're going to also be covering new coin listings. So awesome coins that maybe will be really good to trade, maybe not. We'll just have to see. I'll give you my 2 cents on them when we look at them. And then we're also going to be interviewing people who are successful traders or crypto enthusiasts, etc., on this podcast, so you can hear their stories, where they came from, and you can ask them questions about their journey and how they've gotten to the levels of success. And you're going to want to hear from Jason. I know you're killing it this month too. I'm sure, Jason. I know I'm doing awesome. But January, I think, was your best month ever. You knocked out almost 50 grand in profit in a single freaking month trading these crazy crypto markets. Please see the disclaimers. We'll put a disclaimer up here at the end. There's always risk in trading, but you can learn how to do it, and you can learn how to do it right. We like to think that we have one of the best systems for it at iCoinPRO, for trading these crazy crypto markets. So congrats again to you. All right. So we're going to start off with our first segment here, and Mr. Paul de Sousa, he is the man of the hour here, and he's always up to snuff on everything crypto. This guy is a dyed-in-the-wool crypto lover, believer. Ever since I've known him, he was collecting coins and saving coins and had more wallets that he'd find old crap in, all the time. And, like you go through your dresser and find a crypto, an old wallet with $20 in it. He'd go through and find some old wallet with like 100,000 of some.
You joke. I actually recently went through some wallets and I found some coins. Some of them had shot up in value. Some of them went to absolutely nothing. But yeah, it was a nice little surprise. True story there.
That's cool. Maybe you'll have to tell us about that. But he's going to go over some news here. So we're going to get into the news segment.
Inaugural podcast.
Oh, you are back, and it muted you out while that was playing, so we missed your intro there when you were just talking. So go ahead, Paul. Tell us what's going on in these crazy crypto.
So what I was trying to say is, this being our inaugural podcast, it's very difficult to try and pick what news to speak about. I mean, if we're going to be doing this weekly, then it would be news in the last week. But what I want to do is just want to focus on some recent news and news that I think is impactful on everybody. But I think the biggest piece of news that I want to talk a little bit about is this Bybit hack. I mean, we're talking about $1.4 billion, and they trace it back to a North Korean group called Lazarus, who've now been taking the Ethereum that they stole from Bybit and have been trying to exchange it for Bitcoin. And it's, one would have thought that this is a huge black swan event, and the market would have tanked even further than what it did. I mean, Bitcoin's at, what's Bitcoin at now? 87?
80, yeah, somewhere around that. 86, 87, it's playing
You know,
around.
one would have thought that like we would have gone a lot lower. You know, if we have a look at other black swan events that happened in the past, I'm specifically talking about things like FTX. And there were a few others. There was the large lending platform, a platform called Celsius that went bust. It was another black swan event. And markets tumbled, but massive. So what we're looking at, Jay, is approximately about a 15% drop, a little bit less, than 12 to 15%, which is really nothing on the scheme.
What day did it happen, Paul? When did it actually happen?
Got
the date?
About a week ago. I could look it up.
Did it happen to be on the 24th of February? That was when it took a tumble. I'm wondering if it was then or if it was before.
I'll tell you now.
It's funny, dude, with these like hacks, you hear these massive amounts, 1.4 billion, but it's hard to even wrap your brain around a number like that. I remember there was a hack that happened though, and this impacted me because somebody I personally knew lost, what was it, like $10 million, I think, Paul, in one of these hacks. I know, in crypto that they had on this wallet. It was a
there was a wallet that was hacked.
Yeah. I don't want to say any names. But you hear these massive numbers and it's just like people throw these around, especially now with this Doge auditing like the US like expenses and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, we're sending, billions here for this and, millions here for this. And, it's like but this is the biggest hack I think ever in crypto. So that's one way to understand this number. And from what I understand too, it wasn't like the exchange was hacked. It was like, I think people were phished, right? Or something like that. Or
it was on the Ethereum cold wallet.
Yeah. So it seems as though the transaction looked like it was a genuine transaction, where I'm not even going to try and explain it, but yeah, it was a very sneaky hack where the people actually doing the transfer thought that they were doing it from one legitimate address to another. Something to do with Bybit's cold wallets, or from one of their hot wallets to a cold wallet, or vice versa. But in actual fact, the address that it went to was the North Korean address. It was very, very sneaky. But it did happen on Friday. I'm just looking at
so he's saying 21st. Dean said the 21st. So that's when this happened.
It was Friday.
Yeah, I think the other stuff going on with Bitcoin right now is technical. I was talking about it in the
this. I mean, we're seeing a major, a significant pullback. I don't want to call it a major pullback because it is significant. I mean, like I said, anywhere between 12 and 15%, somewhere there. I mean, we've been bouncing around there. It's not major, not compared to like when FTX collapsed. Man, the markets just kept.
So fun. I mean, that was crazy.
So for those of you who don't understand what Justin's humor, people within our circles trade dips, and when that happened, it was just dip after dip after dip, and people were crazy.
Unlimited cash.
But I see we got a whole bunch of viewers tuning in. See Dean there. How you doing, Dean? And then I have no idea how to pronounce that name. It looks Russian.
Hello. Yep.
and then we got
Paul here. Welcome, Paul.
So guys, if you're tuning in, just tell us where you're watching from. This is our inaugural podcast, so we're going to be finding our feet, but this is what it's going to be like. We're going to be having real discussions about real things that happen in the crypto world. So this Bybit hack, Lazarus Group from North Korea, $1.4 billion.
They hack everything. That's like every time I hear about one of these big hacks, I'm like, it's freaking North Korea.
Yeah, but I mean, when you think about it, they've been moving, and like wars are being fought online. Like it's
Oh yeah.
if you think about the 80s, the 80s was the Cold War, and the Cold War was fought with information because it was spies everywhere, right? So this is kind of no different, but it's just very technologically advanced. Now everything's being done over the internet, and this is essentially what it is. And so yeah, these North Koreans managed to steal
Unbelievable.
it's a ridiculous amount of money.
So they didn't hack it. They somehow tricked them into sending it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh! Can you freaking imagine that?
Yeah, not a traditional hack in the sense that they changed code or whatever the case is, but it was. I think it was a bit of a mix of social engineering and a little bit of a technology hack. I really haven't had time to sit and try and break it down because it's not really something that I would want to get into. But yeah, I mean, from a news point of view, I think that most people should just know that normally when something like this happens, when you take a look at say Celsius, who went insolvent, and a lot of people lost money. The impact on the markets was so huge that, and also like with FTX, it tumbled the entire markets. Yeah, we dipped to, I think the lowest we were at is 84, 83 about, and now we've seen stabilizing around this area. Probably some sideways movement from here. We really don't know what's going to be happening. We don't like. It's very difficult to tell, especially with there being some bad news. But Cole, don't worry. Like, I don't think anyone's happy about the recent declines, except those people who know how to trade the dips.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, if you're unhappy about it, learn to trade. Trust me, you'll love these dips. I mean,
yeah, like it's very strange. It's very strange when these things happen because those people who are investors or holders, hodlers, they see a price decline. A lot of people are almost triggered to panic sell. Okay, those that are long time OG holders who've been through this before. I mean, like the amount of massive dips that I've been seeing since 2015. This is a drop in the ocean. It really is. And most people will be told, hey, listen, just relax. This is if that is their thing, to hold for the moon, then what you need to do is have a look at the charts throughout history. Now, 2017, we saw a bull run that took Bitcoin from the 1st of January. Bitcoin was $1,000 on the 1st of January up until the end of the year. We saw almost a 20x where Bitcoin went to 19,000, but it didn't go up in a straight line. There were a couple of big corrections, some of them as big as 30% in that year.
Yeah.
It all turned out okay. Now, this is not financial advice whatsoever. Not at all. Okay. The only advice I have to anybody is to do your homework. Do your homework, do your research, and if you're so inclined, learn how to trade these dips because they are extremely profitable if you know what you're doing. Now, if you want to hear from someone who knows what they're doing trading these dips, wait. We're going to be interviewing Jason, who's on this call here with us today at this podcast, who's going to tell you how he made a significant amount of money in January trading dips, and it is something that we at iCoinPRO teach. Now,
you know who's really unhappy about this dip? The dude who bought Bitcoin at 109,588. That guy, man, he is just like, I did it again. I freaking did it again. He's probably like, he's the pro. He's the pro at buying the top and selling the bottom, probably. But it's just funny, man. I mean, I always wonder who is that guy.
Do you guys think
on the podcast? Find out like who's the dude who buys it at the very top every time. I'm sure some of you, probably if you comment, some of you are pros at that.
To me, what's really funny is Jim Cramer. So like,
oh my gosh, wasn't he? Yes.
He basically said, okay, I like Bitcoin and you should hold some, and it should be something that you should invest in. And like all of Twitter went mad because whenever Jim Cramer says something, the market goes the other way.
Have you seen the meme for him with the guy with like 50 cigarettes like in his fingers? Yeah. And he's sitting there and he's smoking them all, and they're like, him. And then they also have a lot of great memes with Matthew McConaughey. That one where he's like, freaking everybody, all Bitcoin holders at this moment. But yeah, dude, as soon as he says something's going up, it's like you can inverse him all day, inverse Kramer. There's
Because
actually
this is
an
exactly
ETF.
This is what I was trying to say, is about a week before this hack happened, he had posted saying, Bitcoin is something that you should hold as part of your portfolio. And people on Twitter were going, are you absolutely, like, how can you say that? Because now the price is going to go down. Bam! And then 84,000, 83,000.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, he is like a marker in the market. Whatever he says, it's going the other way.
It's an amazing talent that man has.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Guys, again, it's not necessarily true. Jim Cramer does know what he's talking about some of the time, maybe not so much when it comes to crypto.
I don't know, dude. It seems like maybe it's because social media points out all of his screw ups, but it just seems like you can do the opposite of what that dude wants to do. Again, not financial advice, but it's like that half the time.
Yeah. But in any case, let's move on to another news item. Okay. It's all the altcoin ETFs.
Oh, crap, Carl. He was trying to pay us. All right, dude. I'm sorry. That happened.
I feel your pain, man. That's why you got all the trade.
Luckily,
another question there. We're talking about Jim Cramer.
Yeah.
Jim Cramer, the investment, supposed investment advisor gurus. I think he's on MSNBC.
Yeah.
Something like that. Jim Cramer.
I've watched sometimes on there.
In any case, just really quickly want to mention talk of ETFs for a whole bunch of different altcoins. Now, I'm going to sort of be blunt here and say that an ETF for a lot of these other altcoins, it's not going to have the same effect that we saw that happened with Bitcoin. Now, we did see Bitcoin in the beginning of last year shoot up, like it climbed leaps and bounds on the news of not only the approval, but the execution of Bitcoin ETFs. And that did bring a lot of money into the ecosystem, which pushed the price up. While a lot of people may hope and pray that the same thing, that news of ETFs on altcoins is going to pump their bags and they can finally get out of the stuff they bought in 2017 during the ICO craze. I don't want people like to think that that this is written in stone. It's not, because there's so many of them that have been spoken about. I've heard about ETFs for DOT, Cardano, Solana, XRP, Ethereum. I mean, we're still waiting for actually Ethereum is running at the moment. There's so many that I've been hearing about, and Bitcoin being as novel as it is, took all the initial news and the pressure and everything, and do the opposite of Kramer. So I don't want people to think that, like you're finally going to get out of some of your bad trades or some of your bad investments by on the news of ETFs for some of these altcoins. It may cause some of them to pump on not only the approval but the execution. It also depends. Remember that it comes down to how much money is flowing into those things. And yes, ETFs are great for getting traditional investors to invest into certain things. One just needs to be very careful not to over-invest into certain coins just because you think that an ETF is going to cause them to pump. It may not. You never know. So I just wanted to mention that little tidbit, because I've been it's almost every day I hear about a new ETF that is supposedly happening, or a new filing like Litecoin and so on. Now, at the end of the day, do your homework. Find out what some of these coins do. Find out if there's actually a need. And they could be big name coins. Some of them have been around from very early days, 2013, 2014. Some of these coins started popping up. And it just because a coin is old doesn't necessarily make it a great coin. Have a look at the utility. This is where I urge people to do their own research, do their homework, go and look to see what it does, and ask yourself, is there another coin that is better, has a lot more support, that can do what that coin can? And you may find yourself looking at a situation where you'll look at a coin thinking, yes, I've heard that there's going to be an ETF for this, so I'm going to buy that. When you do a little bit of research and find out that coin is nothing more than a clone of some of the others. Now, I'm a very firm believer that 99% of the coins that are out there can get wiped out, and it's not going to make a difference to the technology and where we as the human species is headed in terms of technology and programmable money. Because a lot of these coins that are out there do exactly the same as the next one. It's just a different thing painted a different color, slapped with a different logo, and they're not all that great. So do your own research to find out what is what. I would hate for people to hear of a DOT ETF and then they go and put their life savings into DOT, because if it happened with Bitcoin, it will happen with DOT, only to find out that they go backwards or it goes flat. So yes, I urge you to do your homework in that respect.
Yeah, no investment advice here, dude. Check this out.
That's not what we're going to do here. I think that this podcast is more just sharing relevant information and just getting people up to speed. Okay.
Paul, go ahead. Finish.
Where Justin is going to add a lot of value in the next few minutes is he's going to come on out. He's going to talk about new coin listings, which is a segment of the show.
Yeah, the stuff we want to trade. The fun.
But the last little news item that I just wanted to touch on was, and this was something that before we started this call, Jason actually mentioned it. It was part of what was going to be discussed in part of the news, but it was Citadel Securities now getting very involved in crypto. So if you don't know who Citadel are, have you heard of the company BlackRock, who's got trillions under management? Citadel is hot on their heels in terms of being that size of company that has a lot of assets under management. They are not a small company, and they are tied into banks, and their fingers in a lot of different pies, same as BlackRock. So with their involvement in crypto it's not just hang on, we're going to go up. More money is flowing into the ecosystem. It's not that at all. It's basically a forefront to other institutions, nation states, and so on, adopting blockchain technology or looking to invest into the space. It is massive. It is absolutely, absolutely massive. And it's what you might call bullish news for the entire ecosystem, not just for Bitcoin. What's that?
For liquidity. That's what
I'm excited about with that, because they said they were wanting to bring more daily trading volume to the exchange.
Yeah. So it's going to bring us a lot more trade volume, absolutely. But yes, I think the future of crypto still looks fabulously good. Okay, crypto is all I've done and all I've spoken about and all I've focused on, for the last 8 years, a little bit more than 8 years now. And I still believe that this is a technology that's going to change the way that we deal with money. And one of the best benefits of once you succumb to that realization that, hey, listen, the world's never going to go back to the way that it was. Like we're never going back to using seashells as a form of money. We're never going back to using rice. The world is changing. I mean,
pennies are gone.
Yeah, pennies are gone. That's it.
They're getting tired of the next 2 years.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about that is, I actually made a post on my Facebook a couple of years ago already, talking about the fact that it used to cost double. It used to cost 2 cents to create 1 penny.
Now it's 3 cents.
Which made absolutely no sense to me. You're wasting money to create money.
Pun intended, Paul?
What's that?
Pun intended. Makes no sense.
Very good. Yeah, and now when they said that they're going to be doing away with the pennies, it turns out that a penny was now costing closer to 3 pennies to create one.
You're more brilliant than you know with that pun. I mean, come on. Yeah, two pennies to make 1 penny makes no sense. I mean, come on, that is freaking genius. You're not even realizing how smart that was. Because now we got no pennies. So anyway, makes no sense. You're right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
But yes, crypto
Oh,
makes
look, Laurie Gay's on here. Hey, Laurie, good to see you. Yeah, nice to see you.
to me, crypto makes sense.
Lord,
Today, I know it's going to make dollars.
It makes Satoshis. We're gonna have to change that pun eventually.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes no Satoshis. Hey, dude, check this out. Look, I looked at Bitcoin's graph, and I don't want to say that Jim Cramer has the power to, start a bear market, but Jim's. I found the article. He said on January 28th, if you want to own Bitcoin, you own Bitcoin. He said, I own Bitcoin. You should own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a great thing to have in your portfolio, is what he said. That was January 28th, which was here. And so since he's made that comment, we started this downtrend, down like 16% since he made that. Just amazing.
from a technical standpoint, I would love to see it go to that 73 and you fill that gap and then take off.
Ooh,
I'm starting
Jason, we are losing you, dude. Your internet is really bad. I don't know if you can log in or go kick your router or.
Also, your video is quite fuzzy,
Yeah.
like the market at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, while Justin's looking at that, Justin, you want to tell us about these new coins? Hey, let's. I don't know if you want to do the intro video, but man, tell us about Pi.
All right. I'll definitely talk about the different coins here in our next segment, which is, hold on 1 second, Paul. I made a mistake. Hold on. Give me a second, everybody. Everybody, hold on. We're going to have our cool intro here in 5 seconds. Let me find it. Where is this? Man, Paul, we worked so hard to get all this cool stuff. Trust me, everybody. We will get everything set up. Oh, wow. Paul, I think oh, here it is. No. Oh, you never sent me the right one with the coins, the new listings. For some reason, I never got that. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I have it. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, let me see. Is this it? Nope, never got it. Just realized that. Yeah. Bummer. Can you find it and upload it?
No, dude, I see it in the folder.
You do. Hold on.
Can you guys see me and hear me?
I can. Did you do something on your router and everything, or?
Good. Everything looks good. So I don't know.
Huh.
Justin, I've sent you the link to the actual file.
All right, upload. Can you upload it real quick?
Let me do that then.
Yeah, just upload it. You know how to just upload it on the thing, and then we'll talk about the coins. Yeah, Jason, I'm hoping too we get your internet totally sorted because
it should be perfect. I mean, because
now it's good. Now it's much better, but it was kind of coming in and out or something like that.
That's weird because I've never had that happen.
Yeah, interesting. All right,
what it would be.
Yeah.
All right,
there, Justin.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's the same. It's still kind of getting fuzzy. I don't know if you want to try and reboot here and see if we can get it working for you, but it is fuzzy. So, all right, nothing like a live podcast. All right, everybody.
It shows full signal.
Interesting. Maybe try to reset it. We're going to go into the new coin listings. All right. Thank you, Paul, for that. The first one I'll talk about is Pi, which honestly, I wasn't even planning to talk too much about it, but I did want to mention it because it's one of those coins where I don't know about you or other people on this, but a lot of people had this app for so freaking long on their phones that they forgot about it, or they lost access to it, or whatever. I mean, Paul, how long were you clicking every single day to mine that Pi coin?
You know what? It absolutely blows my mind.
So
it absolutely blows my mind, because like I think I even uninstalled it, and then when I bought a new phone, like I didn't even bother with it, because it just seemed like a blatant flat out scam. Okay,
yeah.
when it listed a couple of days ago, like I was telling everybody, this probably this thing's going to go south. Like everyone that's going to get their coin is probably just going to dump send it over to an exchange and just dump it. I didn't like the fact that everybody had to that you wouldn't get paid on the coins that you earned because of people that you referred, like that nonsense. Yep, I've had it for years. Forgot about this past year. Started hitting the mine button again. I know, like everybody. I think you're on my team, Laurie. It's the same. Like everybody that I've spoken to now about Pi, and like in some of the groups that I'm in, guys are like, "Oh, hang on, I'm going to go and reinstall this app and see what's up." I just dislike the fact that if people haven't sorted out their KYC, you don't get what was actually due to you. It seemed a little bit unfair. And to me, it just came across as super shady. And now all of a sudden, they have a mainnet, and they actually listed on...
well, they've had the mainnet for a while. they just
the test net, but like now and I genuinely thought it was going to go down. And if you have a look at the price action from the time that it listed, it went from $1.58, and I was like, this thing is going to 20 cents. It's absolutely like I wasn't interested in doing anything with it. Like I wasn't even going to cash mine in. And then it was trading at $3. Like what? It's
doing great. It's like 248 right now. I don't know. But it's PI, like pi, like mathematics, pi, not pi, like a meme coin. It is an interesting idea. And honestly, I mean, again, not investment advice. This thing could go to zero. It could go to $100. We have no idea. But honestly, with any crypto, that's kind of the case. I mean, outside of Bitcoin, anything can happen. Bitcoin is entrenched now and part of the system, but it can go through major swings, being just a highly speculative digital asset, right? So, but anyway, with Pi, what is interesting, Paul, and now that I think about it, I know you were like, man, the KYC thing, KYC is know your customer, for those who don't know what that is. So that's where you have to verify it's you, provide a driver's license or a passport, or show it's a true person. But actually, if you think of it, Paul, that was kind of genius, because they just launched probably the largest KYC crypto network in the freaking world, right? There's no other network where everybody on there is verified as the individual that they actually are. Like everybody has blue check marks. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of smart. So, I haven't sold any of mine because I have some. I should have had a hell of a lot more. I don't know what happened. It showed I had like tons in there, but it's only giving me a small portion for whatever reason, but I don't know. But as a US person, there's nowhere you can even sell it anyway right now. So even if I wanted to sell it, I can't even sell it. So I'm forced to be a holder.
I think you're going to have to just give it to me for free. It was my birthday the other day.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not with it being $2. Hit me up when it's a penny. Maybe
Justin Clark is mining.
Yeah, I think every single day. I don't know. It's weird. I get obsessed with certain things like that. I have a bit of like OCD.
Gloria says you're inactive. You need to go mine, girl.
All right. Hopefully Jason's going to be coming back here. But yeah, Pi coin is definitely, I think it was like the #1 search coin on Coin Market Cap for a little bit. So people have been paying attention to it. Again, we're not giving any investment advice, but that's what's happening. Listen, if you ever had the app, try to reinstall, see if you got some Pi coin in there. Might as well, right? Do your KYC, I guess. I think it's safe. I don't know. So, all right. So we'll see. Oh, cool. All right, Larry, you're coming back to the iCoinPRO family. We always are happy to hear that. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about new coin listings on Binance and Coinbase, Paul. We got a couple here. And I want to look at the actual charts for these coins as we kind of talk about them. The first one is a coin called Kaido. USD is what we're going to look at. Let me pull this chart up here. All right, Kaido. Let me pull it up in a 4-hour chart because these things are new. So these coins, this is like new coins to trade that are coming up on the different exchanges. A lot of times we really like these new coins because the volatility is nuts. Like here, this coin moved 32% in like an hour. Okay, that's just crazy movement. Here, it charged up over, I don't know what, 12 hours, 20 hours, another 39% movement. This coin has been moving really, really well. And just to give you a little info about it, it's an AI coin, right? Because it's one of like the buzzwords in the markets is like AI stuff. So I guess everybody wants to get an AI thing. It says here, Kaido is the native token and fundamental building block of the AI-powered InfoFi network. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen while I'm going over this. I don't like how it jumps us back to the wrong arrangement. Anyway, it's the native token and fundamental building block of the AI-powered InfoFi network. It plays several key roles. It driving market forces. Kaido holders actively participate in shaping the network by influencing the distribution of attention within the AI-powered InfoFi ecosystem. It's a network currency, it looks like, and it helps with community governance. Blah, blah, blah. Allows incentives, empowers participants, and fuels the growth of a fair. Anyway, all that I hear there is it's something to do with AI, and that's pretty much, I guess, what everybody else is thinking. They've got 1 billion Kaido, K-I-T-O, I don't know, Kaido max supply, but they've only released 241 million of them. So that's it. That's all that's out there, the circulating supply. So people are going kind of crazy for it. It's like $2, $2.37. It's number 101 on CoinMarketCap. But from our perspective, it's just been really a fun coin to trade. It's moving, let's see, on Binance. I mean, this coin's moving 100, 200, 300 million, yeah, in a day, in 24-hour volume, which is kind of crazy. Let's see, on Coinbase, this thing is moving, 30 to 50 million, which is pretty good for Coinbase. Coinbase is a little bit lower. So it's been one for us for trading, definitely one we've been paying attention to. I'm sure you've traded it, Jason. I'm sure Kaido. It's been on the scanners a couple different times. So, again, all these coins, you don't know what the hell's going to happen with any of them, but volume tells you what to pay attention to. And so the volume has been staying pretty high, and it's been staying pretty consistently high on this coin. It started moving about 4 million, 25 million in like a 4-hour period. And we're still moving 19 million, 11 million in 4-hour periods. So definitely been one we've been trading a lot. So that's Kaido. All right, the next one, this one was already on Binance. It just got listed on Coinbase. It's BitTensor. I don't know. All right, BitTensor is an open source protocol that powers a decentralized blockchain-based machine learning network. Here's another AI type thing. Machine learning models train, collaborate, and are rewarded in this coin, TAO coin, according to the information network. Listen, dude, this thing's 33, Paul. It's the 33rd highest market cap freaking crypto already. And you know what they did on this one? They copied Bitcoin's max supply. They got 21 million of these. So like people will see that and they go like, oh, 21 million. Oh, wow, that thing could go to 100 grand. I mean, not that it will. Please hear me out. No. But they see Bitcoin's one and they're like, wow, this is $367. That's a steal. That's what it is right now. So people probably get pretty excited about it. But the
psychological,
what'd you say?
Psychological marketing guerrilla.
100%. Yep. And there's only like 8.4 million of them out already. But you know what's funny? Like Kaido has gotten more attention based on
Dean found 138 pi in his wallet.
Hey, there we go.
Nice one, Dean.
BitTensor, I haven't even thought about this coin or traded it. It's done nothing but just go straight down. It's doing 1 million every 4 hours. Like, honestly, nobody cares. So, I mean, that's what volume tells you. Listen, when it comes to trading, stay where the party is. This is not a party. Okay, this is just straight. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on. Let me share my screen on this one. This one is just like, since it launched, it's just gone straight down. There's very little volume. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only like 4 million every 4 hours. Like, nobody cares about this. Kaido, for whatever, and you never know what's going to happen with these things. But like Kaido, people just went crazy for right from the get-go. And like the volume has stayed super high. So I don't know. I haven't traded this at all. I don't know if you have, Jason. I didn't even know this was new or had come out. I hadn't seen it at all. It hasn't. Say that again?
Yeah, I think I've traded it maybe once.
Okay. Maybe it came up on something.
Yeah, it seemed like when it got listed, it had good volume. I think I've traded just about all those coins at least once, I think.
Okay.
Or most.
Yeah, I wasn't paying any attention to this one. It's just been, I don't know. But volume can pick up. Again, volume equals volatility. When there's low volume, you're just not going to get as much fun. So we just tend to ignore those things. It could pick up, though. It could show up later. Last one is Pith Network. The Pith Network is the, let me go ahead and stop my screen share here. The Pith Network is the largest and fastest growing first-party Oracle network. Okay. Pith delivers real-time market data to financial dApps across 40-plus blockchains and 380-plus low-latency price feeds. It sounds like it makes sense or should be something valuable. The funny thing about like crypto is people trade like poo coin and like crazy, and then something that's like got real value or something that like makes sense or actually does something, they completely ignore and like won't trade at all. The volumes go like nowhere. So let me, I want to look at this one here. Hold on one second. Paul liked the poo coin reference. I could say some other coins that have gotten heavy volume with massive returns, but we probably don't say half of the crazy crap out there. Okay.
I don't believe that though, Justin, because it just sounds like marketing hype. Because everybody knows that like the biggest Oracle network, crypto that came out was actually Chainlink.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Nobody's paying attention to Pith. Pith somehow is the 83rd biggest crypto right now. 10 billion max supply, 3.62 billion Pith in circulation, and nobody cares. I mean, I look at this chart. The volume is just unbelievably low. It hasn't come up on any of our screeners to trade. Not that this can't change. Listen, it could become the hottest coin of the week next week. Who knows? But doing every 4 hours, just moving 100,000 in volume on Coinbase is nothing. That's just such a low volume coin. Nobody's paying attention to it or trading it. But so for us, Kaido, K-I-T-O USD. That's been the coin that's been fun to trade and continues to be fun to trade and stuff like that.
So I think the pronunciation is Kaito.
All right, I think Kaido. I mean, if you were to, Kaido.
I like Kaito.
Yeah, it would be AI, or it would be IA if it was.
Okay, we're talking about pronunciation. DOGE. How do you pronounce that?
Doge.
And you, Jason?
Doge.
Okay. Here's the thing. The meme, the original meme that the coin was based off was the Shiba Inu dog, and the meme was called the dog. So I don't know if people are actually pronouncing it wrong, because it was supposed to be a stupid dog, like this dog, the way that he spoke. If you go and have a look at the original meme. So to this day, I don't know what the real pronunciation is. So I refer to it as that donkey coin. Like, I don't like it. You know this, Justin. I refuse to trade it.
Now, Justin, when Bitcoin dipped, when it first started its dip the other night, did you guys see the recovery on the dip on the Trump coin?
Actually, that's what I traded. I put that in the chat to trade.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that was a good one. And that was good because it went like low after low after low and then low again. And then I was like, oh man, let's go.
I got greedy and got stuck in it till like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Guys, I'm just going to jump in here really, really quickly. I don't mean to interrupt you there, Jason, but there is a question that was aimed at you. And I invite people that are watching, there's still quite a few people watching. Please, if you've got any questions for Jason, throw them into the comments, and we'll get Jason to answer them. We do have some questions that we will be asking Jason in a few minutes. But if you're wondering who's this guy and why should I have any questions for him, Jason is someone that went from nowhere to learning how to trade using the system that we have at iCoinPRO. And in January, he had one of his best months ever where he made like 50 grand. So we're going to be asking him about that. And if you want to know a little bit more, if you want to, Ahmed has asked a really, really good question when it comes to tips. So anyone else that's watching, please start throwing your questions in here, because we're going to be getting Jason to answer them. Sorry, Jason, I just want to throw it in there just to give people time to post their answers.
Questions, you mean? But
I mean questions. Sorry, yes.
Do you want me to answer his question right there?
Actually, you know what? That's a great segue, because we actually are all done with the coins of the week, so we are ready for this. And there we are. Guest of the week, Mr. Jason Lancaster. We're excited to have you here as part of the podcast. And again, we do want to open this up to questions. So if anybody does have some questions for Jason, he's been trading now for several years full time. Had his best month in January, probably having a pretty darn good month here in February as well. Almost 50K in profit in January using the iCoinPRO system, which iCoinPRO sponsors this podcast. So congrats on that. That's huge. But again, like every overnight success, it's years in the making. So I don't want people to think they're going to come in here and start swinging like that. You know what I'm saying? And going for those knockout blows like you just did in January, because that's not going to happen. You got to learn. You got to learn how to do it. And I really hope Jason shares a bit about what's, his journey's been like. And I hope that his internet holds up here. You got to take some of that 50 and go down to Comcast or AT&T and be like,
that's why I don't understand.
Yeah. It's weird. There must be like a local issue. I don't know if you want to try to hotspot off your phone or something like that.
It's messing up still.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
A little bit. I mean, we can hear you, but your voice is like not in your mouth.
I don't know. I mean, I've never had this happen, so it's showing full signal.
Interesting. What we can do, your voice is fine, so that's coming through. Maybe if we kill the video, I don't know. I hate to do that because I really, want to. It looks like it's better now. So you know what? We're just going to plow through. Just leave the video on. Let's just say a prayer real quick that let's get some divine intervention here with Jason's internet signal to help that be clear, because I know we have people too who do have questions for you and would like to hear more about that. And I got a bunch of them here, that I want to ask you, and I know Paul's probably got some questions as well. Paul, maybe you can take the first question here to open things up, and then we'll jump over here and see what everybody's got for Jason.
Absolutely. Guys, keep those questions coming. But the first question to you, Jason.
I got a first question. Are you going to trade during this live podcast? Because I'm watching where Bitcoin is again. I'm saying I got to turn this freaking crap off. I'm turning it off. Okay, go ahead, Paul. I got to pay attention. You don't even look, Jason. Don't even look. Don't look at what's happening. Just wait until I know.
Jason, I've got a question for you. What first got you interested in crypto trading, and how did you discover our company, iCoinPRO?
So what first got me into crypto trading was Ari Maccabee put me in a Facebook group to watch a video on Bitcoin. This was back in like 2014 for Big Club Network, and I had no idea. I watched the video. I thought, well, I'll just keep it in the back of my mind. I didn't even understand what Joe was talking about, the owner of Big Club Network back then. And for you guys that don't know, that was a Bitcoin mining company. It's gone, but
supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. I don't know. But anyway, to make a long story short, that kind of got me looking at Bitcoin. I didn't really do much because I didn't really understand it at that point. But I did notice in 2015 the price was really going up, and so that got me investing in it. And I did have some investing wins, but I had zero strategy, guys. And so that's what really got me interested in wanting to learn it. And then also I was an affiliate marketer. Started in 2012, went all the way to 2018, and I got tired of companies pulling out, changing comp plans, you name it. And I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, wanted to find something if I could just get something to work to keep me out of my job. I worked long hours, worked shift work, worked a lot of overtime, and I wanted more out of life, and it was a journey I really wanted to take. And so in 2018, in the fall, our company, the company I was with at the time, transitioned from to a little cheap $10 a month roadside assistance company, from a company that was paying real well, and into something totally different. So at that point, I was like, look, I've got to get a skill set that's not dependent on a company. Yeah. And so I'd already been watching crypto traders, even though I wasn't even watching for the trading aspect. I was watching to hear the Bitcoin price, right? And so in 2017, what got the wheels turning was when I lost a lot of profit. I had like around 100,000 in profit, and I watched it go down.
Yeah, fast.
Well, like a year or two later, I did think there was going to be another bull run, but I had to pull some money out. And so when I did, I was like, look, I'm just going to pull it all out. I still made a decent profit, but it wasn't even, it was like 25%. I think I had 20-something thousand in profit after taxes and everything. And I was very over leveraged. Just to let you know, that was most of my whole savings. I was very immature, didn't know anything about markets, was really stupid. Now that I've learned, I would have never done that had I known what I know now. And so after that company went under, I said, I've got to get a skill set. I was already wanting to go to trading at some point and add that in. Well, in the fall of 2018, when that went under, I took 4 or 5 months, and I was studying between Forex and iCoinPRO on what to do, because I'd seen Justin talk about iCoinPRO and several other people online, but I thought it was a crypto education only. I didn't know it had a trading aspect until, that fall of 2018 when I seen Justin. It was just countless others posting about it. And then I went to the iCoinPRO's YouTube channel, watched the 1.5-hour presentation Justin had when they first, I think it was one of the first presentations you've done. And it just made sense to me. Justin really made it seem very easy, and it is. And I'm sure you guys have seen it in the free boot camp if you've took it. If not, you need to hit up one of us and get to it. And that's what got me interested, guys. I wanted to get a skill set that wasn't dependent on a company, something that I control. And I also feel like trading in the markets is not ever going away. I feel like that is as concrete as you can get in today's climate. for longevity. So I wanted to go into something that would be a skill set I could learn in a few years and not be gone in 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? I wanted something.
Yes, totally.
Like crypto, I didn't know nothing about trading volume and how big the markets were, right? So even though I knew crypto market was very young when I first joined, and I knew I wasn't making what I wanted to make, obviously, I believed in the market. I believed in Bitcoin because I had already been watching it for several years. And I have no doubts anymore. Like, I know where it's going. I've told these guys, I mean, I have no doubt where it's going, but that's how I got started. So I reached out to Mike and Lee first, I think it was. I ended up joining with somebody else because they were going out of town. And I started in March of 2019, guys. That was when I first started.
Awesome. Wait, it's funny. Like, okay, so you've done affiliate marketing, you've done forex trading, you've done network marketing. We know you got some of that mixed in there.
Yeah, a little bit of that hybrid.
Yes.
Econ.
Yeah. So
okay, so I just want to be clear though. Before all of this, you hadn't traded.
No. The only thing I had done was invest in Bitcoin. I never had bought an altcoin. Period.
Okay.
My strategy was buy and dump. I didn't know nothing about candles. I didn't know anything. I just would buy on Coinbase and hold it till it doubled. Whether that was 6 months, 2 years, that's what I did. And luckily, it worked out about 3 or 4 times. And I did.
It worked out till it didn't, and that's
back in those days, everybody could. A blind squirrel could, make money. During those periods.
It's funny, like, there's a saying that, everybody's a genius in a bull market, right? And there's so many people, man. I remember back in 2017 that were posting gains, and there's a funny meme, hey, I should have taken profit instead of taking screenshots. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's plenty of people I know. There was one guy back then, Paul, in 2017, who used to really bother me. And he was like, man, he's like, I just hit this other coin, and doubled my money again. He's like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? He's like out buying whatever. And he was, doing that. And then, you know what? You know how much I hear from him now in 2025? Zero. I have not heard from that dude since 2017. Once 2018 rolled around, the bear market came around, that dude was not in my inbox anymore. All right. And guess who's here still trading and absolutely killing it? I am. You know why? Because we figured out how to really do it. And it's like Jason was talking about. And dude, again, now we're talking about Jason's January month. Absolutely amazing. Congrats, Jason, 100%. But again, for the new people, there is real risk in trading. And Jason's telling you that. You have to have
it. Brutal, guys. It can be brutal if you don't know what you're doing and you're just investing without no hope. I could have lost everything, man. That when I'm looking back, I'm so fortunate. Really, I can't believe. It could have wiped me out to where I couldn't have really been trading much. You know what I'm saying? Because I had literally 90% of my savings in Bitcoin during that.
Gee.
I did, man.
Wow.
It didn't sell. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait. But then I had some stuff happen, so I had to sell it in 2018 instead of selling it, at the top in January of 18.
That's the problem, man, with like investing and stuff. It's like when you don't know when to really get on or off the roller coaster.
And I had never really, I never looked at stocks. You guys had probably knew stuff about stock. I invested in a 401k and stuff, but I didn't know anything. So Bitcoin was really my first instrument to watch and learn move. That was my first experience. So
yeah. it may surprise you, Jason, but prior to like really getting into crypto, the most exposure I had to anything like this or investing and so on was penny stocks that I purchased and forgot about. And still to this day, got no idea what happened to them. And we're talking probably mid to late 90s. And I've never done anything since.
Wasn't penny stocks kind of like the altcoins? weren't they moving crazy back in those days?
Well, no, the whole idea, like, because I had a friend that had become a stockbroker, so I was like, well,
Jordan Belfort?
I'm gonna look into this. But like, I didn't want to put money into. Again, this is my thinking that I'll find something that's cheap and buy it, and then because the only direction it goes is up.
Yeah,
not realizing that something cheap can still go down. I just handpicked a whole bunch of little penny stocks, and I put a couple of $100 into each one, and then completely forgot about them. So to this day, I don't know if I'm a trillionaire or not because I can't find those stocks. Like I don't know.
Dude, that's part, Paul. You kind of do that in everything, even crypto. You did the same thing.
Crypto,
buy stocks, forget it.
Stay on top.
I did your sock drawer. I don't know what.
No. So when DeFi became a thing, like I opened different wallets. I didn't want because MetaMask wallet it can connect to a lot of what they call EVM chains, which the Ethereum virtual machine chains. So that's like Arbitrum and Pol and BNB and whatnot. Those are all based off the they're all sort of clones of Ethereum. And MetaMask can connect to all of those. I just didn't want like any risk, so I went and started a new wallet for each network. So I had one for Arbitrum and one for that's just Sonic FTM, and one for AVAX and so on. And then kind of forgot about them. And then I went through all those wallets. Basically, I just went through my password file. I was like, oh, I haven't logged into this, and found some that had shot up, and others that had completely tanked. So it's not like I've made millions overnight, like finding, gold bars in the bottom of my sock drawer. No, it wasn't anything like that. It was just money that was there that I didn't know was there.
I don't know if
pull out your pie the other day.
Say again?
Did you guys try to pull out your pie the other day?
I haven't tried yet. I'm just because there's no. Where are we going to sell it?
I mean, that thing went so viral. Guys at work that know nothing about
pie.
Now?
We're mining a pie at work years ago on the phone.
Oh, they were. Oh, okay.
Is he talking about pie?
Yeah, pie.
Yeah, that.
Pie has got these markets. It's on OKX, BitGet, Mixi, Gate.io, Lbank.
Listen, it needs to get on Binance.
None of the big ones. None of the big ones yet. But Binance did put out a poll.
Survey, right? Yeah, whether or not they're going to put it on there. That'd be, dude. If they put it on there, then Coinbase will list it.
Yeah, I figured.
But Coinbase is way too busy listing GigaChad coin to list anything else. Did you? Okay, so this is crypto, dude. This is why I love crypto.
I think Ryan Armstrong got fed up with the. He did, so he said, "Let's just bring these meme coins on and have good volume."
Yeah, he was like, "Screw it, let's just bring it on."
Yeah.
This is how you know. Oh man, they changed their site. Oh, that's so boring. Dang it. When GigaChad started, their site, you went there. I don't know if anybody else saw this.
That name is just hilarious.
That very chiseled dude.
Yeah.
Because you know who GigaChad is.
Okay. Somebody bought their website or did something since it got more mainstream and stuff. But when you went on the original GigaChad website, it said something to the effect of like, this is a meme coin. There is no roadmap. It literally said that. There is no projection of return. It was like as bleak. It's like just total. It was hilarious. What it said, but now it doesn't say.
You guys, with what you know about crypto and the new crypto Cesar or whatever, I know within 6 months we're supposed to get a lot of clarity. What do you guys think is going to happen with meme coins? Do you think they're going to touch it a little bit?
Oh, meme coins. I think all the crypto stuff is, well, again, not investment advice. I'm not a legal expert, but it's all just digital assets. So it's like trading cards or something. Pokemon cards is really.
It's not. You see, the thing is, it's not illegal to actually trade them, but it's where it's whoever sells them. That's
Yes.
Yes.
Issues because they are unregistered securities.
Again, that's why I tell U.S. people, man, stick to U.S. exchanges. You don't play with fire, okay? Just because you can get on an exchange and trade with a VPN does not mean you should, okay? You could be in big.
Because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. So, but dude, I just got to say this. All right. So you talked about like Paul is like really good. And he's been good about this where he like can buy something and then like forget about it and not even look at it, stick it in some wallet and then years later dig it out and look at it. I am completely the opposite. If I invest in something, you better believe within an hour, I'm checking to see if I'm in profit. And I think I'm pretty much one for one. That like, and I don't know if anybody else is like this, but my investment goes this way. I invest in it and it immediately goes down. Like, I mean, just immediately goes down, annoys me. If I trade, I do great. If I follow my system, I absolutely do awesome. If I try to invest in it, I am just the worst investor. I'm so bad at it.
I don't think I'm that good either. I get too emotional when I have money in. I
Listen, we've gone over an hour, guys. I think we need to address some of the questions that people have been asking. Let's start with Amit.
Paul's trying to get this together.
Yeah, sorry. Otherwise,
Hey,
Jason, this is Ed. First of all, congrats on your huge trading month. Can you share a few tips when it comes to trading? You got a couple of tips?
Yeah, Ahmad.
Ed. Ed. Yeah, it's Ed.
I'm looking at his sign there. I appreciate that. So, yeah, when it comes, a few tips is, the biggest thing I'm seeing, from our new traders, because when you made that post, Justin, man, I've been flooded and trying to help everybody out in our group. The number one thing I'm seeing is we've got people that are trading, seeing parts of the back office, but they haven't went to the free boot camp or vice versa. And they're not doing it enough. They're doing it like one time and not even doing the stuff that's in the free boot camp. You know what I'm saying? So my first tip would be to watch that free boot camp over and over. And those 17 tips that he has back for the micro profit system, go through those and just keep watching them over and over and over throughout your year, throughout your trading journey. I still go back and watch them. Still to this day. I mean, I had Justin hit me out with the trade last month that I had totally just did something boneheaded, didn't even look at the recovery. Like, that's elementary. Last month I lost a trade. So I would say learn to watch those training videos over and over and over.
Repetition is the mother of learning.
And look at everybody that's asking questions in those buy the dip modules, and look what Justin says when he replies. Monica, everybody, look at when they're answering those questions back there to the young traders, because we got years of data back there. So that's really important that you guys look at that. That's what I did. I looked for any gold nugget that I could squeeze out of that forum and the videos that you would post, in the live training videos that Justin done, even the advanced. I would look for anything, guys, and I just don't. And I think that's the difference between somebody just coming in to halfway do it and the person that really wants it bad enough. You know what I'm saying? So I would say those two things. The free boot camp, go through it over and over and over, and the videos over and over and over. While you trade, I literally, when I first started, I have my laptop. I got on the kitchen table. I have my laptop every day and my phone by me. And I would have the laptop out and I would refresh or look at something. Even when I was in the trade, if I felt like I needed to brush up, I'd pull it up and watch the video. I mean, I did this for I don't even know, it was a long time. Because after the first 2 or 3 months, I didn't bother Monica or Jay or anybody. Because I felt like at that point, it really just becomes you getting experience and refreshing to those 17 tips on there and that laws of the MACD. And so that laws of the MACD is a big one for you, because a lot of you guys were asking me about stuck trades. That besides the elementary stuff, and we've got people not going through all the training, So if you go through the training and go through the back office and the forums, you're going to be 90% ahead of a lot of people. Just going through it, reversing it, getting to where you memorize it. That's going to be really important because you memorize the free boot camp, you're going to be making money in trading. And so that's probably the top two things I think people need to start at, because that's where I'm seeing that people are missing certain parts of that free boot camp. And I don't know if they're just seeing it once. And guys, you got to go through that stuff over and over. Every good trader I know, and I know that started even before me, and you guys can ask Mike, Billy, Monica, Jay, everybody. We constantly went through the training over and over. We would have a bad loss, go back to the training. It's kind of like a sport or anything. Sometimes you have to go back to the basics and refresh. And because I've went to you, Justin, a few times where I'm just the most elementary thing is off.
It always is. It's not. It's funny. It's like it is that, and even I have made those mistakes. Although I haven't made those mistakes in a long time. Knock on wood. Like I am just running a lossless run right now. That's just incredible. But that's one thing you mentioned there is you have had a couple losses even in January, right, where you absolutely crushed it.
Yeah, I had a loss in January.
Yeah. So, I mean, the point is, like, you're not going to win them all. Okay. This is trading. This is not some, fantasy or, something. This is real life, real trading. You're going to get better over time the more you do it, like anything else. I feel like it's like a performance sport, really. When you get really good at trading, you learn and you can excel, and you can almost feel the market and what it's going to do next because you've seen it so many times, particularly in crypto, because like crypto is like a big giant video game that spits out cash. That's the way that I look at it. It's not like traditional trading. I freaking hate like stock markets, Forex, all that crap. There's so much news and like other things you have to watch. Crypto, all you got to look at really is the chart. I mean, maybe if something like super weird is happening, I'll hit x.com and check. But like for the most part, it's a video game and it spits out cash. If you know how to play the video game, you can do great.
And you don't have to have all these million EA software and all this to try to shop sizes for different currencies. My goodness.
Yeah, and like
it's so much easier in my opinion.
Yeah, so I remember you. Okay, so I remember for a while you kind of went and were doing a bunch of like Forex and other stuff. I think the crypto market.
It was 2022. I went did Forex for a little bit, but I tried doing the New York Open, and it did good for a few months, and then they just kept swapping traders in and out doing that. The company wasn't good. Didn't have a back office to really teach anybody. They were banking on the signals, right? They were saying they were going to bet their signals. I've never heard of this. They don't have their you could just
we are losing.
We're losing you, Jason. We're losing you. Justin, we well over time. I mean, we're already approaching an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe what we might want to do is cut it here and try and get Jason on another day.
There you go. Open the door. Try to let that Wi-Fi in.
Yeah,
I mean, I clean my cookie cache, cookies, everything. So I don't even.
You know what's funny? How many times have you been on? Probably 4 times. Every freaking time it's been perfect. And like, I don't know you got to go. Something's a squirrel or a rat's gnawing on a freaking cable out in your yard or something. All right. So let's bang out these couple other questions, and then we're going to wrap it up here for this podcast. I mean, we could keep talking forever. This is actually just anyway, great information, Jason. Thank you so much for coming out and sharing this. Carl mentioned something about a coin, RTX legit. I have absolutely no idea. I've never heard of it before. Check CoinMarketCap and see. But again, I trade this stuff, man. Investing is not for the faint of heart. The difference between like trading and investing. So like investing, you've got to be ready to sit there and watch what you believe in go down by 80, 90, 95%. And because you believe in it so strongly, you're just going to buy more and be happy. And your like mind is like, you're thinking your timeline for profit is like decades, right? That's investing. So you can't even watch the price day to day. You got to be like Paul, put your crypto wallets in a mattress or something and just forget about that crap and not even think about it. Okay. That's investing. Trading though, totally different. No clue on RTX. And again, we can't offer any investment advice here. That's not the purpose of this podcast or what.
So I'm going to just jump in here and say that RTX is currently in a pre-sale, and it's not a new coin listing, so it's not something that we're going to talk about. But I will tell you this: do your homework. And the comment was often gets mentioned in XRP articles. At first glance, this coin is going to be trying to compete with XRP. So maybe go and do your research in that regard. But it's not a new coin that's being listed. This is a coin that's not even out yet. If I have a look at CoinMarketCap, there's no price tracking. There's no price. There's very little information. My gut feel is be careful.
All right, there we go. All right, Carl said, just looking forward to hearing Jason's story. But how much did he lose in the last 2 weeks? Last 2 weeks have been good. I mean,
brother, it's been good. I did lose one trade, but it was so minimum, and it was on me. It didn't have the best recovery, and I went ahead and got in it. And honestly, I could have got profit on it, but it was getting late, and I was just ready to go to bed. And it wasn't. It's not even enough of a loss to even really talk about. It was like 0.00, like it would be minimum. So that's my second loss on the year right there. But I've traded so much. I mean, I trade every day if there's trades. So yeah, it's been trades almost really since end of October, 1st of November. Most days it's been multiple trades, or at least one.
When I wake up, man, I look at my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So, all right, Miss Amanda has a great question. How many hours a day on average do you trade?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one to answer. And I would say if we
Oof. Hold on.
Open the window. Let more of that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, please. Go ahead. Try it now.
I would say 2 to 4 hours. If it's a busy day, we get 2 or 3 trades there. If we only get one trade, 30 minutes to 2 hours. So it just really depends on the trade.
You guys know my life's pretty busy right now. So I tend to just honestly ignore the markets. And thank God for the software, because otherwise I wouldn't even know what was happening. But do you get time each day to kind of watch order books and when I can sit down and the market's moving good and I can watch those order books and see what's happening, it's like I can kind of feel what the other traders are thinking. But if I were doing that, I'd probably be putting in more time each day. But right now, dude, I'm like, just let that alert go off.
Justin has a shorter time frame than me. He trades a little different. But I'll be honest, I mean, if our market keeps growing over the years, I'll probably gravitate to more. He's kind of has a hybrid style. He don't take 0.3 to 0.5. Is that right, Justin? But you'll do a little aggressive, and the spreads are really good.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But you're out by what, 4 or 5 o'clock usually?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm looking for the ones where I can get some pretty juicy profits real quick off of the good movement and stuff like that. But again, the software, I mean, it finds what's what. So all right, so you say about 2 hours a day. Again, if first off, that's incredible thinking about that. I mean, dude, if there's a day where the market's moving like crazy, I will put in an 8-hour day, right? And make a huge profit. It just depends. You can only make what the market gives you each day and no more. I've said that many times.
I mean, Amanda, to answer this even better, and you and Justin Paul can kind of add to it. The amount of money you can make in an hour or two of this beats any job 10 times over.
Yeah. Once you build up your balance, you got to build up the balance. That's the one thing. And you got to be patient to do that and start wherever you are and build to where you want to go. All right. Paul's got a question here. Can you get more detail in trading, how you can win, whether the market is up or down, like it is now or straight across? Yeah, so Paul, it's trading dips. And so we trade on a 5-minute chart, which means we're looking at 5-minute increments of like the price changing. And we trade on that. We have a very specific pattern that we look for. There's a free boot camp where you can actually learn that trade. So whoever introduced you to iCoinPRO, or if you're in iCoinPRO, do the boot camp. The boot camp will give you that, exactly answer that question beautifully in about 40 minutes. You'll be amazed at what you can learn. You can also shoot an email to support@iCoinPRO.com if you are curious and want to get that free boot camp. So yes, great comment here. The real experts turn up in bear markets. That's for darn sure.
Candace, market comment from Dean.
Candace likes our podcast, which is awesome. And we'll be happy to see you too next week. I have a good idea for a guest next week too. So we'll see. Maybe we'll just have Jason come on too whenever he can, just jump in. As long as we can slap your router around and get it straightened out.
Yeah,
all right.
Work.
I know, man. Crazy. All right. Oh, here we go. That's so funny. I wonder how many people, this is the same question. How many hours a day are you spending? And listen, there's an interview with Mike Cannon, and he was working a full-time job and just trading part-time and crushing it for a long time. And
we have a video from Mike Cannon and Lily on people working full-time jobs that are trading.
Yep. Yeah, Lily traded until she built her balance up big enough that she felt she could go full-time and just do that and quit her job. But it was like early 2018, and she's been trading ever since. Now they both retired, Mike and Lily. We'll have to get them past here.
So. I mean, you can do this. You can figure out to make this work for whatever your situation is.
Yep. All right. Have you focused on building your network at all? That's a good question.
No, I haven't. But that's
crazy.
I haven't, but it's coming.
Yeah, and it's funny.
What we have here is those people who are going to make money from trading. They can. We have people that make money from referring iCoinPRO to people who want to be traders, and you're going to get those people who do a little bit of both. Jason's obviously found his niche and just trades. Don't blame him, and we support him. We know that in Jason we got a customer for life.
It's funny.
I really do want to see the company grow. It's important to me because it helped. Yeah, I mean, it's changed my whole life. So I want to see more people changing their lives too.
Yeah, awesome. And that's why we appreciate you coming out here and doing this. It's like giving back to the community. People appreciate it and stuff like that. So thank you, for that, really from the bottom of our hearts. It is funny though. Like, what you're talking about with your profit in January, that's all trading money. That's not from networking. No way. That's amazing.
Government now.
Say that again. Say that again. Your squirrel, he's chewing extra hard on the cable. Go ahead. Give us that again.
I said I've almost made 12. I'm about 10,000 away from what I made in a whole year working for the government.
Wow.
2 months. That's just crazy. Insane.
So say that one more time. You're how much away from what you made in a whole year?
$10,000 away from what I used to make for the government, working for the government.
Unbelievable. I know you're putting in less hours than you probably were there. That's for sure.
And
it's quality of lifestyle, dude. It's like there's a certain point where.
Yeah, guys, we're not just sitting here watching. When you're in trades and you get this down, I don't sit and watch my phone. Like I've got alerts set, so I'll put my phone down and I'm watching a movie. I do. I'm watching a movie, and that's usually what I'm doing. I hate to be like that, but that's after you get it. But that's my daily life. I mean, I'm trading on my phone on the couch, watching Tubi, Netflix, or whatever I want to do.
You know who did that a lot? Lily Cannon. I'm curious how we got to have her on here just to find out how deep down the Netflix rabbit hole she's gone.
Oh, really?
Because she used to always watch Netflix or something when she posts about it, like, hey, I'm watching this, doing this trade.
I wonder how they're doing and like how much they're hitting.
They are amazing. They travel all the freaking time now. They're going all over the place. So cool. All right. 1 hour work days are in Dean's future. I like to hear that. Let's see here. We'll have to. Carl's asking about upline mentorship. You know what? I'll tell you with that. Carl, email support@iCoinPRO.com. They can look at who's in your upline, see, if there's some good support there. But then there's also the forum. The forum is the place to go. You can post in there. Listen, comment on this if you've ever posted in the forum. Heck, I answer half of them. You know what I'm saying? And try to help everybody out through the forum. So we have a great support system in place. But again, it's squeeze bubble 1, 2, 3 money over and over and over again. I can't tell you.
I do see what we feel bad for Carl though, Justin, because I've been hit up a lot about that. People want the sponsorship, and guys, we all get the same training.
That's right.
It does. I can sit here and tell you everything, but it's all back there. So everybody gets the same training. It's just repetitions and going back to training. But if you got a question, you guys can message me. I don't mind answering.
Yeah, and post in the forum. Jason, he's in the forum too. I mean, just post in the forum. It's the same thing. And it's great for that. You can share screenshots, video, all sorts of stuff. It's the right vehicle for it. So make sure you're connected in there. Awesome. Yeah, great. Glad to hear it here. Jason, Carl says he's going to do that. Great. Fantastic. All right. Dean, apparently now he's got his Amazon Prime now, his Netflix subscription, and to get his Max from his AT&T free cell phone subscription. Dude, he's going to have Disney Plus by the time he's done trading here with us. That's for darn sure. Okay. I don't even know it. All right. Awesome. Yes. So, Laurie, yeah, absolutely. Forum is the place to go for support, for sure, for anybody in iCoinPRO. Listen, guys, this is an hour and a half. I think this has been a lot of fun. Jason, man, thank you so much. I'm so sorry we had these technical difficulties, but I feel like
I'm sorry, too. I don't know.
It's so weird. I mean, whatever. It's
perfect conditions. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows, man. Anyway, but thank you for coming out and doing this. Paul, thank you, man. Paul was hard at work to help put this podcast together. And a lot of the visuals and stuff like that, Paul gets put together and everything for it to make this as awesome as it is. So, Paul, man, I appreciate you, dude. You know that. And to all of our community that's come out, it's been a lot of fun. We're going to be trying to set these up weekly, maybe bi-weekly, but we're going to be doing these as regularly as we can on Wednesdays at noon is when we intend to do this. And again, for those who want to stay up to date on what's happening here and get these podcasts, and I do a daily market analysis. We do some Bitcoin giveaways, all sorts of stuff. Follow me on Facebook or x.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll absolutely help get you that information, and get it out to you. All right, everybody. I think that's it. Yes, and Carl's asking, we're not doing the Wednesday night presentation. This is our new presentation that we're going to be doing on weekly, on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And this is going to replace it. We feel this is more what people want. They want this rather than just some sort of pitch or I don't know, whatever. It's kind of, nobody wants that anymore. So awesome. All right, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to slap a disclaimer on this because we got to do it. We got to keep it all above board and legal for everybody. And yes, Paul is asking, was this recorded? Yes, it was recorded. So you'll be able to watch it right on the same link that you watched this originally or right on the YouTube channel, etc. Crap, my phone is my watch is going nuts. I got to get back to work.
Notifications couldn't all, and I can see Jason looking at these two.
Yeah,
this was awesome. Thanks for tuning in. This was absolutely awesome. We do apologize for a few errors being our inaugural podcast, but the next time that we do it will probably be a lot better. still a lot of people stay tuned in. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate you so much. Dean, I agree. It's a great hour. No more waking up at 2 a.m. for me.
A lot better. Now you can just go have dinner and go hit it.
Yeah, have dinner at a normal hour like a normal person.
I know, man. Awesome. No more vampire schedule for you, Paul. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up with a disclaimer. And again, appreciate all you guys. Thanks, Jason. Thank you, Paul. Thanks to our community. And thanks to all the new members and new people who are watching this. Again, if you want to get into trading crypto and doing it the right way, get our free boot camp. Just get back with whoever shared this video with you or introduced you to iCoinPRO. And they will be more than happy to hook you up with that free boot camp, or you can shoot an email to support@iCoinPRO. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye now.